Group, bringing the trilogy of estate, tax, and investment planning together. Visit alphawealthgroup.com for a free report.
Listen to AM 560 The Answer online at 560theanswer.com, on the AM 560 mobile app, on your Alexa-powered smart speaker, and on TuneIn, iHeart, and on Odyssey. Now, from the Signature Bank Studios, this is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson. Only the biggest stories, only the biggest guests, and only the biggest opinions. This is AM 560 The Answer.
Top of the morning, Dan, and in for Amy J this morning, former ABC7 political reporter Charles Thomas. Charles, thanks
back
for
in the game.
Joining us. Yeah, you never left. You just, you don't have to be in it every day like you used to be. That's all.
Yeah, but I get to be a,
smell the roses guy now.
Yeah, well, I can also, get involved.
Yes, you can do advocacy work.
Definitely.
You didn't do that so much when you were a journalist, because you were a journalist, despite the fact that many of your colleagues have long been in advocacy work.
Well, the thing
concurrent to their jobs in media.
I don't think I could work in the media today, because I probably would do as I did when I did. I'd come interview you sometimes, and others who don't have a voice anymore in mainstream media because they're racists. It's like, it's terrible.
Yeah. Well, another digital resource for those who are intellectually curious and want to be engaged, that actually goes beyond just news and information. We'll get into that. Is Freedom Square. FreedomSquare.com is the site. I'll just read the description of the site. A digital commonwealth. The Commonwealth. For freedom-loving Americans to access news and info, podcasts, a business network, that's what I want to get into, and a resource center rich in American history and key resources for sustaining our liberty. Our friend Tom Sadeka is involved, as is our friend Chuck Barham, who is the Chief Marketing Officer, and he joins us now. Chuck, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it.
Dan, great to hear you. And Charles, great to hear you on the radio. Always appreciated what you did at ABC7.
Well, thank you so much.
And they, among other things here, you've got a host, or they have a directory of podcasts of conservatives. And I should mention that I'm starting a podcast. Actually, it's launched. I've got a couple interviews in the can. The first one is with Alex Berenson in conjunction with American Greatness, amgreatness.com, Chris Buskirk's outlet. Very America First in orientation. Anyway, it's called Counterculture, my podcast. We've got Alex Berenson, and then the next one after that will be Patrick Moore, the co-founder of Greenpeace, talking about climate change. So we'll be pushing that out.
I feel like I'm getting pitched here, Dan, to make sure your podcast is on Freedom Square.
I'm not pitching you. I'm demanding. No, of course. So I just, the podcast reminded me I got a new one, and so I guess I should promote it. If I don't blow my trumpet, who will, Chuck?
Exactly.
So give us the vision for Freedom Square beyond that intro I just gave.
Well, I think you did a great job. And the one thing that you can do at Freedom Square, it's absolutely free. Use your email to sign up, and we'll never, ever sell your information. You register, then you create your own profile. You customize your experience. You pick your favorite news sites you want to go to. So instead of going to 10, 11, 12, 13 news sites, as your producer probably does every morning and you guys do to get your information, it's all right there under one umbrella at Freedom Square. Pick your favorite podcast, like Dan Proft's new podcast that we'll be adding once we figure out Counterculture. Once it's up and running, we'll get that up and running for you. But you can customize your experience on Freedom Square. It's a plethora of news, podcasts, resources, and as you alluded to, we've partnered with Job Creators Network to build one of the most robust business networks in America, that it's going to connect like-minded, freedom-loving Americans to consumers and vice versa. Because what it's going to allow consumers to do is say, hey, I need a roofer, I need a plumber, I need a tire repair shop. We're going to be able to light you up with those that are in your area that believe in what you believe in, because we have to start spending money with those that do the good and believe in America and its values.
Oh, that's awesome. No, I mean, that's to me, that's really interesting, and because it's complicated, especially to localize it. So what is the horizon for that build out where you really can use Freedom Square as sort of one-stop shopping for your daily or semi frequent needs, and be able to go, spend your dollars as you just said with like-minded people, which I think people would be inclined to do if they knew.
Correct. And right now we're building the foundation of that inside of freedomsquare.com. If you're a business owner or you know somebody that is a business owner or your friend owns a business, I encourage you right now to go in and register your business for free. It's incredibly simple. Create your profile, create your business profile, and you're in. The things that we have coming down, as you said, on the near horizon with Job Creators Network is we're going to start to open up this entrepreneur's tool chest to give them resources to help be the high tide that rises the ships in the small and medium-sized business world in America. Because right now they're kind of flailing because there's really no help out there that they can connect with each other. So that's why we're building this business network. We're calling it America's Chamber of Freedom. And we want to be that for the businesses, but we want to be that also for the consumers to find those businesses to spend their dollars with. So it's a big undertaking, but we've got great partners with Job Creators Network. There's some other things that we're going to be laying into freedomsquare.com here in the next couple of weeks and months down the line. But you can download the app for free, you can register for free, and get your business uploaded inside of freedomsquare.com's business network for free right now.
And that Job Creators Network, I mean, that's Bernie Marcus, when you think of global or national, global, really, business leaders. And then there's also local business leaders like Gary Rabine involved with that Job Creators Network. So that gives you a lot of, capacity.
Correct. And most people aren't aware that Job Creators Network led the charge and were the tip of the spear up into the Supreme Court on the vaccine mandates. They're the ones that led the charge against having mandates for businesses. They also led the charge in the college loan bailout and were able to get both of those struck down in the Supreme Court. So they really don't take a lot of credit for what they've done, but we're happy as heck to have them in our camp and partnered with us to help create a very, very large and very active business network that you can sign up right now for free inside of freedomsquare.com.
Is that going to be, I'm just curious about this, is that going to be sort of membership driven? I mean, maybe you have businesses that, look, I own a business, I'm a conservative dude, but I don't want to get into politics. I try and steer clear of that. So I don't want to be on a conservative side. I don't want to be on a liberal side. I just sort of want to stay out of politics. So I'd love to promote my business, but I don't want to be targeted by the left and any fear of like businesses that would list on Freedom Square being targeted by the left, because that does make some people jumpy.
It does, but I think we're not really worried about left or right. We're worried about pro-freedom. We're worried about people that appreciate the God-given rights that we have within our Constitution. We're trying to protect those. And if you're a business owner, you should get out of your cloak and say, look, I need to take a stand, because regardless, they're going to come after you regardless of who you are, what you believe in, and you're probably going to lose business because of it. But we want to give you the outlet to find businesses and to find consumers that want to do business with you. That's been the big problem, is everybody's kind of standing on the sidelines and watching America crumble. We're now giving them an opportunity to get involved, maybe not on a big level, but at least on a level to where they can connect with people that believe and share their values and start spending money with each other.
So the news outlets, the podcast, the business network, you also mentioned a resource center and resources for sustaining our liberty. Is this like a academic library, or what is the resource center vision?
You can rewind the clock 200 plus years and get back into the Federalist Papers and learn what our founding fathers were thinking about and how they were kind of judging what was going to happen if they did step out against the empire. It shows the historical values of what's going on with our documents, from the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, anything and everything that's historical is there, so you can learn and teach and relearn, because a lot of people need to relearn what's in the Constitution and why it's so important. But it also gives you resources to go in and see what the national debt clock looks like, what the unemployment looks like, how your congressmen, how your senators are voting for certain things. We have resources in there with Turning Point Action, Prager University, Moms for America is in there. We keep adding to it every day and every week. But it's just a resource library to go to get the facts and really find out what's going on in America and how you could possibly get involved or teach your children, the next generation, why the Constitution is incredibly important and why we need to protect it with everything that we have.
Very good. He is Chuck Barham, Chief Marketing Officer, freedomsquare.com, freedomsquare.com. Again, sign up with your own email, get on their business listing for their business network that they're building out. and and look for my podcast if they'll have me. Chuck,
Yes, we'll highlight it, Dan. We'll highlight it. I promise you.
Chuck, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you both very much, and I appreciate everything you guys do over at the Answer.
Thank you, sir. Chuck joined us on the Turnkey.pro answer line.
Connect with Dan and Amy using the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com.